match week 9 of the Premier League 2024-2025 season.
All right. We're almost a quarter of the way there.
Yeah, almost. I mean, we're pretty much there. It's 38 games, so, you know.
Yeah, I think like midday next week would be the halfway mark or the 1/4 mark.
But we got to start. We got to start with this. Obviously, this is breaking news. The third greatest bald man to ever come out the Netherlands has lost his job.
Who's the third greatest bald man?
Erik ten Hag has lost his job at Man United. All right, all right. Relax. Obviously,
you're doing good, man. You're doing good.
The third greatest bald Dutchman to ever come out of the Netherlands. Obviously, Seedorf above him. Arne Slot is above him as well.
Marlin's not above him.
Marlon. Oh, Marlon.
Marlon, yeah.
No, I'll give Ten Hag the benefit of the doubt. He third greatest. Third greatest bald man to come out to the Netherlands. He has officially lost his job 2.5 years ish of Man United, and obviously his tenure is done with the club. The Ten Hag era will die off at some point, but he still has his staff there. Obviously, he still has his players that he bought there. What are your thoughts immediately about this situation, and does this mean anything in the long run for Man United?
Well, two things it means in the long haul for Man United. It could lead to two things. One is if you don't make good decisions now, this is like a key area that you have to really like do your due diligence and not throw anybody on, because if you throw anybody on, you're just going to have another Ten Hag unsuccessful trash. And really do your homework and approach someone that really fits your clubs. That's what that means. And as of him being sacked, I'm grateful, man. I'm not even grateful. I'm happy as hell, because like everybody knew it. It was only a matter of time. I feel like the people speaking, he needs to go. You know what I mean? There was too many bad decisions that he did. I thought that the game, even with Fenerbahce, was oh my gosh. I don't know if did you watch it?
Yeah, I did. Unfortunately,
he literally put Maserati at number 10.
Yeah.
That is a coach that played no confidence. You had another youthful striker. I think his name is Amari. Amari, what's that young kid name? Plays Ahmad. He could have put him, but he didn't. And then after the game, he said that like his comments about the game, about how, you know, I think I'm paraphrasing, but how he was like lucky or good or whatever to draw with Fenerbahce. I think that's stupid, because, you know, it goes back to what Ronaldo said, that you as a Manchester player, you cannot have that mentality. And the difference between like Fergie and him, I don't want to compare him to Fergie because Fergie is one of the greats, you know what I mean? But like Fergie like would never say that, you know, Fenerbahce was a team that, you know, equal to or not, you know, if he lost to that, he would admit it. And the fact that Ten Hag can't, I think he has to go. I think he is he has a big ego too. That plays a big factor on why I think he needs to go. And yeah, I'm just happy overall that, you know, he's leaving.
Yeah, you've been Ten Hag for a while. You've been Ten Hag for a very long time. I think he was one of the first guys in our friend group that was like,
get him out for sure.
Get that man out. You was 10 from, I don't know if it was the beginning, but you was there early. You was cookout before the game at the stadium early. You was
straight up. It's straight up, man, and I'm right. And I would say I would ask you the same question. For me, who I think they should replace now is they should go for a project coach. I think there's only two real candidates for the job that's realistic and that will take the job, because, you know, you're not going to go approach the likes of like Zidane or some, you know, maybe even Xabi Alonso. They're not taking the job. So a realistic person that you could take is Ruben Amorim. Great project coach. He's great. Developing youth too. He's doing a fantastic job in Portugal with Sporting and raising young youth academy. and the guy from Stuttgart, whose name is Pellegrin Mazzanu, whatever. I could be pronounce his name wrong or whatever, but he's the Stuttgart coach. They both are phenomenal candidates for the job. I don't know who you would say, but those are my 2 picks for the position.
Yeah, I don't even want to speculate on who is going to come and take that job, because one, that job is not desirable to me. And obviously with the ownership, Ten Hag wasn't their hire, so this is them getting their guy. So I want to let them, kind of figure out where they want to take the club. But to kind of say how inevitable this was, I would say this, right? That game against Brentford that United had last week, right?
Yeah.
That was him throwing a flashbang trying to buy time, man.
Pretty much.
That was like, it was literally a matter of time before it happened. I've never been Ten Hag out. I honestly don't give a damn, because it's United and I support Liverpool, so it's like, who cares? Like, I don't give a damn about you. Like, I only watch your games for the spectacle, and because I have friends who are United fans, so it behooves me to watch the game. But I honestly don't give a damn. But this is going to be a very, very eye-opening type of experience for the fans of Man United, because it's going to show where the club truly is at, right? Because obviously Ten Hag has made some decisions that don't fly well with some United fans, and that's fine. He's a human just like you're a human. He's going to make decisions that you wouldn't agree with what you wouldn't agree with, what I wouldn't agree with. But at the end of the day, that decision is on him, right? But this is going to be a very, very important couple of months for United in terms of finding out who's going to replace the interim Van Nistelrooy, because obviously they're not going to move anybody on the training staff, and they're not going to move any players right away. So they have some. Go ahead.
Listen, I know you said earlier that the job is not desirable, but it's Man U. You could always get someone. I'm
gonna tell you the same thing you told me. Man, it's not the same Man U as it used to be, Felton.
It isn't. It's not. It isn't. But you're still Man U as an aspect of you're balling with money, man. You throw some.
No, Felton.
No matter how careful you are, money speaks.
Felton, FF.
Anybody, they'll go.
Look, that's a whole different conversation. Where obviously money, it does make something shake. I get that, but with this new FFP stuff, like, we'll talk about Newcastle a little bit later in the podcast, but with that FFP stuff, it's a little difficult to get a lot of money into the club, and this Man United is not the same as Man United of old. The name is still there. Don't get me wrong.
The money's still there,
but the football on the pitch is not the same. Does not hold the same weight as the name does, at this point.
I mean, we're not gonna go down to the rabbit hole, the history, or whatever you want to call it. But if I remember correctly, Liverpool before Jurgen Klopp was 30 years without a trophy, and they still got themselves a good coach.
We had the Champions League. We did have a drought of 30 years. Before that,
yeah,
we did get the Champions League in
08.
No, 06.
08 or 07 or 06. Okay, my apologies, but still, like, you went that many year, consistently getting top 10, maybe not even top 4, top 10 in the Premier League. So if you can get a job, if he can get a job here and change it around, that's totally in the realms of possibility for Manchester United. I think it'll be a lot easier for them because they have the money, and they still have the legacy, because that legacy is carrying them for this long. I think if it was anybody else, like a Leicester City, no one will stick around for as long as they did. But just because it's Man U and the legacy that they have, that's why we're still here talking about it. So I don't think it will be hard for them to find a manager. You know what I mean? A good quality manager, maybe not the best tier, but a good quality. But I still think it's possible. Money speaks.
Yeah, it is possible. But I'll raise you this: the decision making up top is different than it was before. So this is gonna be important to see if you're a fan. Is this club gonna be focused on making the most amount of money or playing the best amount of football and finishing at the best spot?
I mean, I agree.
That's gonna be the big thing for them because again, Ten Hag wasn't their guy. They bring in a guy that's gonna that they like, and then we'll see what the club is like. So for now, the club is like in that weird space they had with Ranić, which seems like yesterday, but that was like 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago.
Bro, honestly, I mean, for me, it feels like never left because the club's been playing the same football as Oli, same football as Ranić, no purpose, no identity. So for me, it's like nothing left. But the only issue I see with them finding a manager is that I feel like they're gonna have to wait until maybe January, or to see, like, you know, because like I gave my opinion, Ruben Amorim, right? But if he's in Sporting,
which is a really good pick.
But if he's in so if he's in Sporting, right, and they make it to the round of 16s or whatever it is in that FIFA format, he's not going to leave right away. So I think like this whole season is going to be chalked off as you know, just do the best you can, and then next season
survive as long as possible.
Exactly, unless they could pull. If Sporting doesn't do good, they don't qualify, then you can pull them in January. But I highly doubt that because they're playing really good.
So that raises the question. Obviously, this is happening 9 games into the season.
Yep.
He may have delayed it by a week because of that Brentford result. But how do you feel about the timing of this sacking by the team?
Perfect. I mean, honestly speaking, it should have been sooner.
You think that's what I'm
maybe yeah. Perfect as in it's about time. You know, we've all been waiting for it, but it should have been the beginning of the season. It should have been a long time ago.
So it's not perfect. They chose and then they waited too long. He won the Carabao, or did he win he won the Carabao Cup. And
Carabao and the FA.
Yeah, and the FA Cup. That's pretty good. I want
to say that. And that's what I was going to ask you, right? Because you know me, I'm out. I want him out. Yeah. And you've, you know, maybe not want him out, but I
recognize his shortcomings, yeah.
Yeah. So, right, a lot of people online, right, a lot of Man United fans specifically, because, you know, they know that in England I like, you know, Arsenal. They say that, you know, I would like to think they're joking, but they said that Ten Hag is still quote unquote better than Arteta because he has those 2 trophies and Arteta has nothing.
Honestly, I think they're smoking.
What do you say about that?
They're smoking. I think United needs a manager like Arteta. Because
with identity.
Yeah, if you look at Arsenal before or when they got Arteta, they didn't start great. They did not. They had a very rough start. And I think they need a coach like that. But obviously, that's a very like best case scenario, because if you look at Arsenal now, they're best defense in the league, great shape, well disciplined. If they go down a man, they still got a chance, right?
Yep.
So that's best case scenario, but that's what United needs at this point. They need a culture setter in certain respects, and obviously we touched on Ten Hag's ego and how that rubbed players wrong. But I'm not gonna to give Ten Hag some leeway. I will say it's not his fault that he's getting fired. I think. He's not 100% culpable.
I could deal with that
because the players they this is the cycle of Man United as of recently, man. You get off to a good start, you start losing games, morale falls, they lose, the manager loses the players. Get this manager out, they fire the manager, they start playing well, and the cycle repeats again in the circle. Yep. In a circle. So I while I would say some of it is his fault, some of it is the player's fault. Obviously, this is happening after the West Ham game. Yeah, West Ham game. And the players, they found themselves in really, really good opportunities. In the first 15 minutes, they got 5 or 6 in the first 20 minutes. Good opportunities, 1v1 with the goalie. That's the manager's job, to get you in front of the goal, get you good looks. It's your job to finish that. Them not finishing that oh my god, that Delort, bro, that
Oh yeah, I know he's yeah.
that man signed Ten Hag's death, his what's it
They
called,
should crucify him, yo.
bro.
His death certificate, yeah, his death warrant, whatever.
As soon as I saw that, I'm like, goodbye, Ten Hag, goodbye, goodbye, yo. But that's that. It's not all Ten Hag's fault. It's not all Ten Hag's fault, and I think that we should be careful and think about it correctly, because I don't want to say Ten Hag is like a fall guy, but there's some players that are not, they're not innocent in his departure.
No, I mean I agree with that. Some of the players that they have and some of the players that they bought were not it. You know, I thought because Casemiro, even though he was good at the very beginning, I didn't think he was a good signing at all. You know, because at that time, if you were to think about it, you know, or even hindsight looking at it, you brought Casemiro to fix, who was it at the time? Maguire and like Lindelof as a back pairing.
No. He's brought Casemiro in to get rid of Fred and McTominay.
No, I know, but you know, let's be honest. You know, Casemiro, his main job is to help the back line. You know, he's the man right
support, but
back line.
He's not. No, he in front of it, not in the back line.
You know what I'm saying? I meant to say like in front. Yeah, exactly. And who was the back line when he came in? It was, you know, Maguire and
Lindelof, and the guy who's still there, Johnny Evans, giving them great.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So I mean, you got an aging guy that you know is world class. You know. Coming to the Premier League is not easy. You know, that tempo of play is difficult. And he was already, like I said, aging. So I thought that signing was a bit odd and not good at all. I mean, he did do good, but, you know, after that, I think the tempo of the Premier League got him. But, yeah, I agree with you. I think that
and that's a Ten Hag buy. That's a Ten Hag buy. That in terms of getting Casemiro, getting players like Anthony that completely blew up in your face, that's on him.
Yeah.
If he wanted,
I mean, I agree.
If he wanted those players, that's on him. Like, you understand what kind of situation you're in. You had been there for a year. You chose to bring those players in. Yes, but the performance of Bruno, Rashford, Dalot as of late. Who else? Casemiro was good at the beginning. He kind of, you know, like you said,
Maguire.
Well, Maguire was before he got there. He was there before he got there. And people had always felt some sort of way with Maguire. I'm talking about players that before Ten Hag, people viewed them pretty positively, you know?
Okay, I see what you're saying, yeah.
Like, that's on the players. That's totally on the players. And also, it's not the only, like, Onana's been doing pretty well as of late. He's been playing really good, right? And he's another guy that Ten Hag brought in, right? So who knows what's gonna happen with Onana now? Like,
I'm still Team De Gea, but continue.
It's a carousel right now with United. It's a carousel right now, and I don't see it stopping anytime soon. So right, I was on Twitter, and some guy was like, "Oh Lord, I'll see you guys in 2 to 3 years when we back over here." I was like, okay, I like that. I sense where that is coming from, because it's just like, every 2 to 3 years, it's been like, I just don't know what else to say about this team. Like I said, they got a cycle that they go through, and they're not breaking it right now. So it's like, what else can we do?
Pretty much. I mean, I agree with that.
Is there anything else about Ten Hag that you want to talk about before we kind of close this door on the era of Ten Hag and Man United for
forever?
Third best bald Dutchman to ever
You're gross, man. I'm telling you, gross.
Hey.
Mullins not even third.
He would no, but I'm just like, if he'd be lower if Robin actually decided to like fully embrace the baldness. But
no, he did.
No, he didn't. He had the sides in the back. Don't. He was balding. He was not bald.
2014 Robin? Are you sure?
Robin was balding, not bald. You gotta be fully vitamin E oil all over your scalp and all that. You gotta. Yo, the third best bald man to ever come out of the Dutch.
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, you're right. He wasn't fully bald.
Hey man, again, would Robin be above Seedorf if he was fully bald? That's a tough.
No, he would be. Wait.
That's a tough.
Yeah, he would be. No, actually, no, I wouldn't. But Nigel Young is better than Ten Hag.
Nigel Young, don't say that shit to me.
Bro, are you serious, man? That's a World Cup finalist.
The guy who freaking karate kicked the dude in the chest at the World Cup.
The one that reached the semifinals of the 2010 World Cup. The finals of the 2010 World Cup.
The same guy that put a cleat into Iniesta's chest.
Hey, still better than Ten Hag.
Hey, but Ten Hag number 3. Anyway, that concludes that. That concludes that, right? So we touched on it a little bit, but Man United lost to West Ham. West Ham 2, Man United 1. So many chances, man. So many chances, and such a disappointing game to watch in a lot of different ways. Man United is just like huge chances at the beginning. No resistance from West Ham. Very typical of West Ham, if I may add. A very typical West Ham performance. And United really took the game to West Ham in like the first half, I would say. Like they were unlucky to find them. So I don't want to say unlucky because they had like 5 or 6 chances. So it's not luck. It's just like, come on, bro, finish your chances, man.
Not chances taken, pretty much.
Right? And then obviously the Delal miss, which is one of the crazier misses that I've seen. If I'm quite honest, he literally opened that. It's up there, man. It's up there.
I think stops him for me.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad, man. But West Ham, they never pressured United's goal. I think their first shot was a Lucas Paqueta header, which looped over the bar. That was their first shot, and it was like 56 minutes and something like that. Something crazy. I was so surprised by that. And then they get freaking counterattacked, and Somerville at the back post, he just taps it in, and oh my god, man, I just lost my mind.
No, Somerville's been a good signing or whatever. Like, he's been really good for them.
Yeah, I liked them a lot at Leeds. I like them a lot at Leeds, man.
Yeah, I want to say, like, for me watching this game, the only 2 driving forces for West Ham felt like, besides Bowen, would be Somerville and Antonio, even though he got subbed off early, which was very odd to me. I would have kept him in the game because
at times Antonio, yeah, but I found him on the wings a lot.
His work rate is what I like about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he is a willing runner. He is a willing runner
to run at the back line, to press, to, he makes himself available in many ways, and I think that's underrated, and I appreciate that about him. But watching this game, man, I thought Man United, like how you say players was bad. I thought one of the bad ones was Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, let's be honest. At the beginning, he was linking up play. He was doing a lot.
He's the one that gave the ball to Delal. Other than that, man, like towards the last couple of minutes of the game, even just watching him then, he was just giving bad balls, like
booting that bitch all the way. And I think there was some. I think we talked about this, about how he has the most forward passes in the league or something like that. Yeah. Like, this is what people like, and how he's one of the most progressive midfielders, like bringing the ball forward. When it works, it works. But when it looks like that, when it looks bad, oh man, it looks bad.
I agree. This game was kind of like, wow, like to watch it, wow. And then, the moment of the truth, the one we're talking about, the VAR stupid decision, man, to call it a penalty.
The VAR. Like,
guess who was running VAR at the time? Take a guess.
There's no way.
Take a guess.
The second best bald man in the world.
No.
It wasn't.
Not him.
It wasn't Anthony Taylor.
The other one. No, the other one.
Which one?
The one that was reffing Arsenal, Man City.
No way.
Michael Oliver.
There's no way.
No. Michael Oliver.
He was the ref on the pitch, right?
No, he was the one on the VAR.
Oh,
he's the one that said this is clear and obvious. You could go stop and take a look.
What's the dude with the what was the guy on the pitch's name? The guy with the big eyes.
I don't know about him, man. Youngblood, who knows?
Okay, let's talk about that VAR circus, right? Do you think that's a penalty?
No, and even if, let's say it was, what happened to this clear and obvious? That's not clear and obvious. And the fact that they, like, The fact that
it's only
it took
clear and
10
obvious. Felton, it didn't. First off, it didn't take 10 minutes. I have the times here. It didn't take 10. It took 4.
All right, how long did
It took 4 minutes.
That's long. That's long for a football game.
Yes, it is very long.
It should be automated. Quick. You're on, you're off. That's it.
But I would say this, right? Clear and obvious to reverse a decision, not to make a decision. To reverse, like if you got it wrong and it's clear and obvious, then you can reverse it. Go to VAR and then reverse it. But to make a decision, it's not. It doesn't have to be clear and obvious. Like
yes, I know, but you said clear and obvious to reverse.
Yes.
So clear and obvious to reverse the no call.
No, it's you because you're making that decision. He said, "I'm waiting."
Is the no call a decision? Is the no call a decision? Decision?
No, that's a delay. You're delaying because at the end,
okay,
like,
so the no call was a delay.
Yes, I'm waiting on.
Okay, so no call is a delay. All right, okay. So even so, based on that premise, I still don't think that was a penalty at all.
It looks suspect, man. It looks so suspect in terms of
who was that? Danny Ings?
Yeah, Danny Ings and De
Ligt. Yeah, he just threw himself at him. There's no foul there at all. De Ligt did, at this point, crucify a defender. You don't do nothing. Shit, let him control it and take a shot. Because at this point, any little thing you do is a penalty.
Let me play devil's advocate for a little bit, right? When it was showing on the screen, right? They were showing it on the screen. I saw the contact between the shins, whatever. He was moving his leg towards Danny Ings' leg. I saw that. I do want to. Do you think any of this lies on De Ligt? Because
no,
obviously you know that you're a professional, right? You're every day it's getting drilled into your head. Okay, don't put yourself in a situation that gives the ref the ability to do this. Put your hands behind your back, like all that. Do you think it's on De Ligt at all?
No, because you got to also remember, this is the 90th minute. This is extra time.
87, I think.
87th, regardless, right? They have just conceded, right? Or it's 1-1. Man United's driving at them. You know what I mean? Driving. They're literally like parking the bus, absorbing pressure because they're getting hit wave after wave after attack. You get caught in the heat of the moment easily. There's not much what he can do. I think that ball was there to be legitimately won, and I think, to give a penalty is stupid and harsh. I think
he didn't touch the ball.
I don't think that's a penalty, man.
No,
I don't really.
I'm just devil's advocate. He didn't touch the ball.
And I can't say that Danny Ings was going to be able to control the ball. And I think you could say that was a 50-50 ball to win. He lost control of it. I don't think that was a ball that, he had complete control and that, he would have taken to the box or, anything like that. I think it was a ball there to be won, and
that's the same
it was
thing
just
with
two people colliding.
That's the same thing with Anthony Gordon. Remember when he put his leg in between the ball and Calvin Phillips, and Calvin Phillips kicked the shit out of his leg?
Yeah, but that's different though, because Calvin Phillips had
Anthony Gordon didn't have control of the ball. He got the penalty.
I'm gonna look up that game specifically, but who was that again? You said Anthony what?
Anthony Gordon and Calvin Phillips penalty. Yeah, it's happened in the past. At this point, it's like we asked for consistency, but this is not the consistency we want, man.
No, not at all.
We want consistently good. We don't want consistently ass. Like.
Yeah, it's a shame though, because if I don't want to single it out, but that specific guy, Michael Oliver, that Bournemouth and Villa game, he said it was a no penalty on that game. I don't know if you remember that you saw that game. He called that a no penalty, and that was a way clear, obvious penalty than that happened right here. And for me, it's like I said, there's no consistency. That guy's a joke. I think that guy should lose his job or whatever penalties that they should do, stipulate or do it, because that guy's a joke, man.
Yeah,
this is weekend.
I think there are things that they can do, like deduct from their pay if they make a egregious decision that they could do.
Because this is not once, this is not twice, this is a lot.
Yeah, it happens a lot more than I would like to see, honestly. But honestly, if you would instill a fine or If they get
A fine should be great.
suspended for a couple games or whatever, if you make an egregious decision, or if you got your panties in a bunch, like, come on. Like, if your job is to be the judge, like, be a fair one. If you're not gonna be a fair one, okay, you're gonna get fined, you're gonna get suspended, and whatever, right? Even Ten Hag, right? At his after his, it's crazy calling this game Ten Hag's last game, man. After the game, he was like, "Oh, we've been losing decisions all the time. Last 3 games, we lost decisions. You can say sorry all you want, but like that doesn't change the score of the game. Like, so at the end of the day, if we instill these fines, these suspensions, whatever, the game is still, you can still completely throw the game and kill the season for a team. Like,
I mean, I agree with that 100%. But that's why I say like. That's why, like, I don't know what the penalties are because I'm not versed in the PG whatever, but I think they should do the penalty because you're affecting the game at this point. I think fines should be a good thing because if you do fines, then they'll just, the main mentality and whatever they do will change 100%. And what would make it a little better is if, I don't want to say this because, it sounds stupid, but if they apologized, I think it would be a little better. But yet, they're so hard-headed and cocky that they haven't done none of that. You know what I mean? So it's basically a slap in the face.
It's gonna make you feel good.
They don't want to acknowledge. They don't know. I wanted some sort of acknowledgement, and I feel like they don't get it. I don't get it. They don't care. You know what I mean?
That's valid.
So that's what ticks me off a little more. You know what I mean? But
okay, I see your point. That's valid. Did you see that penalty?
Yeah, I'm seeing it right now. Yeah. Pretty much a joke. They were running from a corner, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can say that they have advantage on set pieces are different, man. I don't know. Set pieces are real.
Come on, no, don't. Come on, Felton.
Set pieces are
real. But that's not a set piece though. That's it. The ball's in play. The ball's in play.
I don't know.
Hey man, like,
I ain't gonna comment on this one. I'm not gonna comment on this one. I mustn't speak.
No. The FA has appointed you to ref this game. Are you giving that a penalty?
I do not take the job. You guys are uncredible. I'm not gonna tarnish my good name and join the FA.
And you become homeless and you sell your body to make money.
Whoa!
All right.
Why I gotta be all that? I'd rather beg than sell. Come on, man. Sheesh. One thing I want to say about this game, or actually the game before this, which is Ten Hag's last game in Europe. Was, man, Jose Mourinho is freaking hilarious, man. What a guy. Did you see his press conference?
No, I didn't, but I saw he got the red card. Seeing his red card against United was hilarious. He said, me?
Yeah, yo, bro. Yo, if you have a chance, even the viewers, look at his interview. It's just, we need him in the Prem, yo. I'm just going to say one point that made me die of laughter, and just his accent and the way he says it and his demeanor, it just made it better. So I might butcher it, but just watch the interview. He was like, yo... He was talking about the ref. He was like, I ain't speaking. But then he ended up saying, right, I don't know how he had his eye on the ball and me at the same time to talk about how I conducted myself in the end line. And I said, maybe that's why he's the best manager. I mean, the best referee ever. And I was just dying of laughter, man. You just check out his interview, man. His post-match interview is just hilarious.
It's hilarious.
And if we had that in the Prem with all these referees and decisions, man.
Pandemonium.
Oh, man.
Pandemonium.
Straight up, man. That's what we need. Yeah, 100%, man. It's just hilarious, man. Jose, man.
Let me ask you this, right? So obviously Ten Hag's gone. Does this mean that we're done talking about United? United fans can finally feel like, man, we don't have to listen to haters talk about our team no more.
No, because, it's Man United. They get all the toxicity from everyone and from themselves. So
hey, yeah, they did shit. So you got to take it too.
So exactly. So I don't think we'll hear the end, but we'll hear a little less, and it will be a little less harsh because we got to understand the position that they're in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're no longer having a coach. So some decisions won't go their way, and they're gonna be performing bad. But it's gonna be a little leeway for sure.
All right, let's move on to the next game. Probably the biggest game of the weekend, I would say. Actually, yeah, the biggest game of the weekend. Arsenal and Liverpool.
Oh yes, 100%.
2-2, man. What a
I want to hear your thoughts on this.
what a game. Nah, that was a great game. That was a good game. I was doing some dog training at the time, so I missed the first goal. I had to rewind. I was so heated.
On your team's game? Wow, I'm surprised.
Well, I was trying to train my dog.
It better be something important like potty training.
No, like leash training.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's important.
No. But anyway, I was surprised that you guys put out Trossard and Martinelli. That was very surprising to me. I didn't expect you guys to put out Trossard and Martinelli on the same lineup. That was interesting, but it worked out. It looked really good out there, man. Because Trossard would go to like the 10 position.
Good? It looked out good?
What do you mean?
This is your take on the game. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll go after. Go.
Because Martinelli would stay wide, and Trossard would push forward, and not Saliba, Rice, and who was next to him in the midfield? It was Trossard, Trossard, Rice, and who else was in the midfield?
Moreno.
Moreno. They were playing good, man. Like your midfield was completely taking ours out the game. Every time we pressed in any sort of way, you would break the midfield line, and then you guys would be off. Like it was a really, really good game. Like, and I tried to watch it as like what can I get from this from both teams? But it seemed like you guys were out there to like you guys had some different kind of approach that we were trying to work out. And really, you guys look really, really good in the first half. I think you guys did deserve to go in 2-1. I think you guys went in 2-1. Great
2-1. No.
Oh no, 1-1. Sorry, 1-1.
Yeah.
Great set play from Declan Rice.
I apologize. It was 2-1. I forgot.
2-1? All right.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Because that Moreno goal kind of shot me in the heart. I'm not gonna lie.
It was. Yep.
Great pass from Declan Rice, man. But you guys in midfield was outshining the hell out of her. I didn't even know. I could barely see Gravenberg do anything on the ball. I didn't see McAllister. He had such a quiet game. It was so difficult for us to get the ball wide. And your wingers will come back and clog the wings for Salah and Luis Diaz. So it was like you guys are putting us through hell in the first half, but we really showed up in the second half, I feel.
All right, so now that you're done smearing out some rubbish, I thought honestly that we cooked you guys in the game for sure. Maybe you have a couple spells that led to a goal, which I give to you, because you capitalized. But I think overall, Arsenal was way better than Liverpool in this game.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. You guys were boss. You guys were putting us through hell, bro.
The only thing that really sucked for the game was the injuries that we had. Coming into a game that we already have injuries, you know what I mean?
It was tough seeing
and losing Saliba too. So it's just these next couple games are gonna be living hell. I can't lie. If no one comes back fit, I can't lie, because we got a tough fixture ahead. So that
you got Timbers. You guys got Partey, who Partey looked good, bro.
Partey was already playing out of position at right back.
Yeah, I know, but he looked good.
So now that Gabriel's gone, right? Timbers, you stop laughing, man. Yo, that's like God.
Kivior, you got Kivior.
Yo, stop it. But yo, shut up.
Lewis Skelly looked good. He looked confident.
Yo, but that's what I'm saying. 17-year-olds, what are we? United relying on Garnacho? Like, come on, yo.
But I would say this, right? After we got
they performed good.
Yes.
Off the bench.
Yeah.
Performed good.
Off the bench they did. But after we made that triple change, I think it was Gakpo, Szoboszlai, and Tsimikas. I think we took out Robertson, McAllister, and Luis Diaz. We look like the better team, bro.
What I would say is this. First off, Luis Diaz.
Quiet game. Yeah. He was invisible.
I thought he would cook Partey because
that was literally the matchup. I was like, okay, that's where our goal is gonna come from.
Encourages, but he was a no-show, so that was even better for me. Partey played like. Damn it, man! Real Madrid signed him because Luis Vázquez sucks, but he was playing real good. That's the point I'm making, right? So he was playing amazing, right? You end up scoring 1-1, then you see Trent's dumbass. Man, I hate Trent with a passion because he's just arrogant. You know what I'm trying to say? Like his just little gestures pisses me off. But that's neither here.
Let him show
right?
the stuff, man. Let him show the stuff.
Nah, man, nah. Because they would lose. Like the way he's playing, he had no right to do that. But anyways, right? You said the second half
the way he was playing. What you mean?
I'm saying the way you, not him himself. I'm saying the team.
Oh, okay. He was one of the men of the match for me.
I wouldn't say man of the match. I would say Saka.
No. In terms of man of the match, I have either Saka or Partey, or
I agree with that.
Or Konate and Trent. Those are the kind of guys. No, since it's a tie, I like to do for both teams, like who played better on each team.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, respect that.
Konate played a hell of a game, and I was so surprised. It's just I was so mad. I was like, why can't you play like this like when we play good, and then all of us can play good? It's just like
you want the consistency, but like what I was gonna say too is that first off, Gabriel, I want to start off with my own players. Gabriel is straight up Martinelli. Is straight up trash in the bag. There was so many that substitution that they did for him, I thought should have happened way sooner. I don't know why he didn't do that, because the times that we were absorbing pressure and hitting with the counter, and I want Gabriel to use his speed to take on players in one-on-one. That Saka's do on the right, I want the same exact on the left, was non-existent. I think Arteta should sell him, or he should be a permanent rotation player, as in coming off the bench, because his performance was very trash. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's because of his defensive track back that he stays on the team, but offensively, garbage. All right,
high work rate player, man. Both your wingers came back so many times, man.
I want him to be more attacking. I feel like he's not attacking at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like what I seen him do his first couple seasons and what I'm seeing now is it's been pissing me off,
man. He has his moments, man. Like he's
rotational player.
Yeah,
rotational player.
Yeah, we talk about how if you're not consistent, it's not that you're not good, it's just you're not consistent, so you're on the bench.
We want to win Premier League at this point. We need consistency for that, and he's not the job for the case. Second point I want to bring is I thought you guys got real lucky, because I thought for a fact Van Dijk should have got carded on that little thing he did on Havertz. That was a kickoff.
Yeah. I think so. I think you should have as well, because if you're gonna obviously if he's holding you, okay, cool. He's holding you. Tell the ref, right? But I would say that the refereeing in this game was
trash again. That's what I'm saying.
So I agree with Van Dijk giving Havertz, get the fuck off me, man. Get.
Bro, I'm sick and tired every week we talking about these refs. Something's got to give. Something's got to.
I would prefer to talk about the game, honestly, but it is.
That's what I'm saying.
It is a little entertaining. It is a little. None of us lost. It's like entertaining, It's like.
That's probably why if someone lost, it would have been a whole different deal. Everybody's been laughing at me because obviously in England I like Arsenal. Everyone's like, ha ha ha, you're just complaining too much, this and that, and I'm like, bro, it's bigger than that. You know what I mean? Because now, exactly, look what happened. In Manchester United, it just the poor refereeing decisions carried over. You got to nip it at the bud when it starts, and it's just annoying that every time. Anthony Taylor was the one.
Anthony Taylor was the ref.
And then the stupid ass, we should have scored. We should have won. The whole Kivril decision was stupid. He did the tackle, didn't blow the whistle. Kyle Havertz goes against Konate, wins the ball. Then he blows the whistle after he takes a shot off the post. It's like, what is the guy doing? That's the most biggest bullshit in the world.
He blew before.
He blew it when he went on the air.
Slightly before, but that's before the post. That's before the shot. He chipped. He chipped.
Kivril was not a foul. Kivril was not a foul.
I'm not remembering the challenge right now.
The Kivril Havertz. I guess Silver Slide. Don't grin, man. Don't grin.
No, I don't remember the challenge.
I will screenshot right now and show to you. That was not a foul.
You don't have to do all that.
All right, that's one. Two, he didn't blow on time. Three, it's like you waited until we had an advantage. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Man City last year when they fouled. I believe it was Holland. Holland got up, right? passed the ball all the way to Grealish. Grealish was on basically a breakaway, a 1-on-1 with the keeper, and then he was blow the whistles like, no, I gotta stop this. That's what it feels like. It feels like these refs are just.
But we agree on that. We agree on that the refereeing has been ass. We agree on that.
It's a shame. It just ruins the good game. We should be talking about this game that was very beautiful. Top two, bro, of the season so far.
It was an amazing game, bro. I'll give you guys credit. You guys played good, but we played bad. We played horrible. We played no energy, no intensity. And you guys were taking advantage of that. Like, it was a really good game to watch.
That should have been a goal, man, by Jesus. I'm sorry.
No. Felton.
That was not a foul. This was not a foul on Kilroy. That foul that he said was a foul was not a foul. Not even close.
Amen.
But
it'd be like
another decision gone against us. Let's be for real. Another points not taken because we lost 2 points basically this game. All the other decisions that we did, it's just a shame. And now I feel like even if we perform as good as we are and can be, I feel like it won't be enough to win the title because these margins are very close, and that's what I'm saying. Like, these refs, basically it screwed us. I think it's gonna screw us.
You sound like a United fan right now. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it is what it is, man. I can sound who I want, but
I'm saying that to tell you.
I have evidence, so I have the evidence for it.
I'm saying that to tell you, it's happening to all clubs. All clubs feel the same injustice from the refs, except for one. Except for one. And they wear,
pretty much.
And they wear sky blue, and they got 115 charges. I'll leave it that. We
don't be the drone strike, but
I'll leave it at that. But 115, 115. All right. So moving on to the next game, right? Chelsea and Newcastle. They played. This game was interesting. To say the least.
This was the game that I had on, but it was like background. It wasn't like I didn't really watch it. I don't know why. I think I was doing something at the time.
Chelsea looked good, man. Chelsea looked good.
I don't know if they look good or Newcastle just wow. What the hell?
I mean, both can be true. Both can be true.
This is true.
Both can be true, but Chelsea's movement was great, man. Chelsea looked good. Like, they were dominating possession, creating chances, and then their whole front three, Nico Jackson, Palmer,
Neto,
Madueke, and they were all getting it, man. They were all getting it, bro.
I agree with that. Chelsea attack was way more clinical, more direct, and more fruitful. I want to say, you know what I mean? I thought Neto and Jackson, but mostly Neto was key because, he's driving at the players, you know what I mean? Causing, when you drive at the players, you
make them make a decision. Make them make
Exactly. And I think they're overall better. I think better than Newcastle. I think the only thing that Chelsea did wrong was during that first goal of Newcastle was, I believe it was number 28. He saw him moving in on the box, and he's like right side by side or in front of him. I can't really tell because of the angle, but close enough to be like tell number 6. I forgot what their numbers are. Track back or cover him, and he didn't, and the cross came in and it was open goal. I think that was the only individual mistake that he did that cost him the goal. But Chelsea was just really good, and I wanted to ask you, right? This is coming from Chelsea last season, right? Chelsea last season was garbage, right?
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think is different? What do you think is different about this year's Chelsea as opposed to last year's Chelsea? What changes did it make, or what do you think is different?
Time.
They're performing really good.
Time and the ability to solidify themselves. Obviously, they were young, and they were brought in. Kind of, it looked like they had been brought in all like willy nilly. Like, you're good. We're gonna put you all on the same team. But now they've had some time to see how Madueke likes the ball, how Jackson likes the ball, how Palmer likes the ball, how Neto likes the ball, how Caicedo likes the ball. How
you said time, but they had a different manager, so even so.
No, but I'm just saying that helps a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure you get this because you play the game, or you've played the game, right?
Yeah.
For a long time. If you get someone new on your team, you got to figure out, okay, there's gonna be some miscommunication. There's gonna be sometimes he wants to go, but you want to pass it back. You have communication. You fix it, and now you guys are on the same wavelength. You know, okay, he's gonna come back and he's gonna want the ball and he's gonna take it and dribble it forward. Not okay. I have to play the ball forward for him to attack the defense. It's stuff like that that really helps, and I think that time and the ability to get together and become a unit is really, really benefiting this team. Because, yeah.
So just a follow up, right? Because you said time, right?
Yeah.
If that's the case, then Pochettino wasn't the problem then, because they would have had the time with or without him. Do you think Pochettino was the problem?
Was the problem? No, I'm not.
Or this could be just like what you said, like, you know, maybe this was not even the manager's fault. It falls on the players, you know. They didn't perform last season as opposed to now. Because I could tell you straight up, last season we was not talking about, you know, Colwell.
Yeah,
and Colwell's been playing decent, you know. Last season he was playing trash. Like him and Ballard and all these players were not performing what they were playing now. So maybe I'm curious. Maybe it wasn't Pochettino. I mean, maybe it was the players themselves. So what do you think?
I mean, I'm not gonna bash him, man, because I don't quite honestly, I don't have any. I'd have to look at the data. I'd have to go back and rewatch the games. Like Chelsea were so out of my eye last year, they were like a punching bag. But to see them be this well, I hope them well, man. I hope them well because they're very young. They still need a new goalkeeper. Let's not get that.
Facts.
Still need a new goalkeeper.
Sanchez is not what they deserve.
But they look good. They look good. Fourth place look good on them. But let's
keep. I can definitely understand.
Keep it up because you know this with young teams. Start off hot. It's cool. You know, you're young. Keep going. Things don't work out. You know, it's a little more difficult right now. And then you need what do you lean on in that moment? You don't have the experience. You're young, but you don't have that experience of realizing how long the season is. So just keep going and ball your heart out, man.
Well, I just can't believe it that you didn't want to bash him, and I think I know why. I think it's because you like the U.S. men's national team. That's why.
Don't put that on me. Don't put that on me, man. Don't put that on me, man.
USA, huh?
No, I don't watch the U.S. men's national team. It's not my national team, so it's not my national team. So who am I? Who am I to speak on it, man?
Who are my facts?
Yeah, man. But Palmer looks so good. This was such a different Palmer than played against us last week. Like against Liverpool, he was nowhere to be found, and I don't know if that's credit to our midfield or he was just having an off game, but he was nowhere to be found against Chelsea. But Chelsea looks so comfortable this whole game, bro. It's like they after Palmer scored, right after halftime too. Right after halftime, they go back to dominating possession, chances, pressure, and Newcastle go back to playing. Newcastle couldn't string a pass, bro. It felt like Newcastle couldn't get their forwards in the game for shit.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing, and freaking to end this, right? Who would be your man of the match for Chelsea?
Palmer for sure.
Palmer for me as well. Caicedo had a good game too, though. I would like to.
He did. I think Neto had a pretty good game too.
Yeah, but again, totally different Chelsea than they played against Liverpool. Also, did you see the disallowed penalty on Nkunku?
I think that was a good decision.
I'm not.
If I remember correctly, it's because he didn't drag him. Yeah, no, that was a good. That was a good decision.
Let me. That
was the one for the good.
Nelson,
you know.
Let me finish though. Longstaff, he's arguing with the ref and saying that's not a penalty. I'm paraphrasing. That's not a penalty. He gets in the ref's face, right? He's talking to the ref. The ref gives him a yellow card.
Is he the captain? Is he a captain?
I don't know. He might.
He's not.
He might be your Dan.
I think it's Dan Burn or Shear, and I think it's Shear.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. Then I guess I'm
So
okay with that. I'm okay with that yellow. Then I didn't know he was
yeah,
the captain, but it just at the time I was just like, so you're not gonna rescind his yellow card even though you was wrong and he was right. And like it's
ego trip. Huh?
yeah, it was just like, bro, come on, like give the man. He was right. He was right.
Yeah,
All right, but
yeah.
that leads us into the question about, or I want to ask you: is it time to have this conversation about Newcastle?
I was thinking that, right? And
Because we talk about where we saw Newcastle in the following years, bro. You still got a lot to go. You still got I don't even think you left the house yet. I don't even think you haven't even got out the driveway. You ain't even get out of bed yet. Like it's like, bro, right?
so now see the issue with that, right, is you're right. We got to keep the same standards, but do we give the man the benefit of the doubt that brought you to the Champions League?
Eddie Howe.
Yeah. And how long does that or how
I'm not
the wait, does that buy you some time or at least leeway or at least, give him the benefit of the doubt?
I'm Felton. I'm not
You know what I mean?
I'm not attacking Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe is not the target of my, I don't even want to call it.
Because you said it's about time,
Yeah, it's about time. I'm talking about the team. I'm talking about the people who bring in players. Like, where are the players that are supposed to bring this squad to the point where they are getting top 4 consistently? Where is the investment? Where is the higher reputation? Where is the where are the results? Where are the results? That's what I'm. Where is the performance? Like, that's what I'm asking, because obviously they got Saudi money, or they got oil money, whatever you want to say, right?
Yeah, but it's not like they can use it free like Man City.
Exactly. I actually read the FFP, the handbook, and you can get the handbook too if you want.
You read it like cover or
no. Come on. I had to read the FFP rules, man. And apparently you cannot, right? A club cannot spend, right? It's right now it's 90% of what they make. They can spend 90%, but it's 90% now, and it's going to shrink to 75%.
So like if I bring in 100,000, I can only spend 70,000.
75,000. And
okay.
and then next year it's going to go down. So it's going to be 75%. I mean, yeah, 75%. But this year you can use 90%, right? So it's either they find out a way to make more money, which is like, bruh, this is the biggest league in the world. This is the most ad revenue that you're going to get. This is the most recognition you're going to get. Like, how much higher is there,
Yeah, I mean,
and a club cannot, and these are all rules to make sure that the clubs don't get into debt. Like, that's why you have freaking people making Barcelona jokes at United for spreading payments on players. Like, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. But you can get the handbook and read the FFP rules if you want. I don't recommend it because it's just like the same thing, slightly changed. The same thing, slightly changed. The same thing, slightly changed. But these FFP rules I think are going to kill the dreams of Newcastle of being top 4 contender consistently.
I mean, I kind of find it in a way kind of messed up because I'm thinking of it, what does that leave? Like that rule basically would benefit Man United to the max, and it would not benefit a team like Southampton. And what I mean by that is that Man U, because of their name and
more money.
Yeah, pulls in Asia or whatever, they get money. Now, as opposed to a team in Southampton, like, local team, like, I don't like that rule.
I read the handbook. So it says that the main goal of FFP is to make sure that clubs don't get into debt. So it's basically like you can't spend what you don't have. That's what they want to get through the club's heads.
I don't know. It's weird.
Do you think that FFP is going to kill Newcastle's dreams of being a top contender in the Premier League for a long time.
Oh, 100%. It's something that was implemented too little, too late. You know, if I was the person that invested in Newcastle, I'm be heated. The oil, whoever did, I'm heated. I invested for nothing. I'm selling.
Hey yo,
I'm pulling up Abramovich. I'm pulling out. I'm pulling out.
I see a lot of people being like, this is the FFP rules don't help no one. They're literally just a show of power. It's just gonna push teams to the Super League. It's literally only doing that, and I kind of get it. I kind of get it, to be quite honest. I kind of get that sort of, like, you're not helping anyone. You're not helping the little teams get big. You're limiting the big teams from really spending what they make. Like,
I think sometimes, man, I don't want to sound like a radical, but sometimes you need radical change for change to happen. So, you know, if this pushes teams to a Super League, man,
you with
so
that?
Be it.
Are you with that?
No,
Yeah,
but
no, they not inviting Benfica to the Super League, man. Just know that.
Nah, it's true, but sometimes you need some radical things, you know, to, you know, get changes, you know, because, you know, as soon as it's like, you know, some strike, you know, as soon as people go on strike, you know, or something happens, then change will happen. You know what I mean? It's bad enough. I already think, you know, FIFA's corrupt. Now, you know, the FA, like, come on,
FA been corrupt. What do you? Okay, look,
that's what I'm saying.
Back to Newcastle, right? What do you think of the way that they're trying to grow? The players they brought in, the way they're trying to play.
I don't think they got a bench. Problems.
They don't.
They really don't. You know, they're starting 11, maybe two more is, you know, decent and serviceable.
I don't even
nice,
think outside of Tonali and I don't even think they have a midfield. I don't think they even have a midfield. They have
Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno Guimaraes is the baller.
I like Bruno Guimaraes, but
Joelinton.
I like Joelinton's a very hard worker. But are those the players that are gonna be there when you're gonna make top four?
I would say yes. I would say yes. They just
consistently in a starting lineup. Like,
obviously, fitness plays a key, but that's what I'm saying. They need a sub. I think they should start them. That they need a sub. Like, for example, if we look at their bench, that game against Chelsea, the only people that I could see that are decent would be Louis Smiley, defender, Murphy.
Smiley is young. Smiley is, bro. He's like,
no, it's true, but like, you know, he's
Garnacho young. Like, come on.
But he's showing promise, as we're saying. Another person that you would say is Murphy, but is he really someone that, you know?
He's reaching that age where he's getting
exactly
like, or it's gonna be a few years before he reaches there. But once he gets there, it's like, I don't see him getting much better.
Sean Longstaff.
Longstaff. I don't see him getting much better.
Exactly. Willock is maybe, you know, a debatable one. You know, could be not. You know,
it's debatable. I would see.
Willock. Yep, that's what they look. And that's about it. After that, there's nobody. Vlachodimos, but goalie. You know,
shout out to Vlad.
Yeah, you know what I mean, Odysseus. But yeah, other than that, they really don't have a bench. Who else is gonna come out? Who else is gonna come out? Really?
Yeah, man. I don't see the progression in this team. I don't see. Obviously, it sucked that they had to lose Tonali. That they kind of lost a year because of that. But
yeah.
But come on, bro.
A year that they were in champions that would definitely need them. But
yeah, but football is a results business. So you gotta look at the results. And if I'm looking at your team, bro, I don't see a top 4 team. I don't see a top 4 team.
If this is true with FFP, it's just going to drive people. The only benefit I can see is they're going to drive people doing good on Europe, because obviously Europe intakes capital.
Yeah, it would.
You know, so that's the only thing I can be like, yo, this is going to be good on that aspect. So I'm going to sit reserve and see how it plays out. But we already know from past that the FFP and those rules are trash anyways.
That's probably the best thing that you can do in the situation.
Yeah.
But still, Man City, I hope you get shafted by FFP.
Bro, I'm waiting for that day.
I hope you get shafted by FFP.
Glory. I'm going to start singing.
All right, man. That takes care of match week 9 from the Premier League. Let's talk about match week 10. Can you pull up the games so we can make predictions?
I already got it pulled up.
All right, cool. Let me know. Start at the top. Or start wherever you want.
All right, so I'm gonna go with the first one. 8:30 game Saturday. Newcastle Arsenal.
Arsenal.
This is gonna be interesting. I mean, I would love to say Arsenal with full confidence, but like I said, with the injuries, I don't know. But I'm still gonna have faith Arsenal. Second game is going to be Liverpool Brighton. I'm going Liverpool, of course.
Man, I'm thinking about Danny Welbeck, man. This dude I don't know, man. Something about Danny Welbeck, man. I'm gonna go Liverpool. He's been balling.
Aren't you guys sitting first in the league?
Because you guys took points from us.
Yeah, you down by 1. Yeah.
See, you guys just let us win. You guys should have just look now.
Get the hell out of here! You didn't let us win. What the hell? Ipswich Town versus
you would not even be in first place. Come on, come on.
Nah, man. Honestly, if we shake hands and just say Man City don't win, that'd be hilarious. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'm being so serious. I wouldn't be opposed to it. Every year until Pep just doesn't win. I'm for it. But all right, Ipswich versus Leicester. I think Leicester.
I don't know. Ipswich, they scored 3 against Brentford, I think. They look, but Leicester, they
scored 3, but they ended up losing 4-1.
What?
Against Brentford.
4-1.
It was 4-1. Yeah, Brentford. No, 4-3. Brentford won. Yeah, but Ipswich got a penalty. I mean, a red card. Sorry.
I don't know. Those lower table teams, they all look the same to me. Like, if I had to pick one, I'll actually watch this. I'll watch this game. I'm gonna go Ipswich.
Make sure no loaded guns on the table. Bournemouth versus Man City. I'm gonna go Bournemouth on this one, honestly.
Hey man, if they could do it to me, they could do it to you. They could do it.
I'm going Bournemouth on this one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Especially all these injuries that they're having. I'm going Bournemouth.
City.
Southampton versus Everton. I'm going Everton. I'm going Southampton. Something just a tick. Forest versus West Ham.
I don't bet against the Toffees. Who? Forest versus West Ham?
Yep.
Forest.
I'm going West Ham.
Okay.
Actually, no. I apologize. I'm going Forest. Palace versus Wolves.
Yo, you saw Palace's game?
No, I wish I did.
Bro, oh my goodness. Against sheesh. They won 1-0 for Spurs.
Tottenham, yeah.
Oh my goodness, man.
I wasn't seeing the Wolves and Brighton game. Did you see that?
No, I did not. I think that might have been. I might have had that in the background while I was doing something, but I didn't.
Yeah, it ended up 2. That was like, what?
Yeah. What was the game again? I'm sorry. I freaking ADHD brain.
What's it called? The game that I was saying was Wolves Crystal Palace.
Wolves and Palace.
I'm going Wolves.
Wolves.
Tottenham versus Aston Villa. I think this is going to be a good game. I'm going draw.
Is this the best game of the weekend?
No. Yes. Newcastle. Yes. No. Actually, I think so. I think they're tied for the best game is the next game I'm going to say, and then Newcastle and Arsenal is tied.
Okay. So Spurs and Villa. Who do I got?
Yeah.
I gotta see. What was Spurs' last?
They 1-0. They lost.
No. Before that, I think they played West Ham, right?
I'll tell you right now. They faced Spurs, faced West Ham, and they won 4-1. West Ham got a red.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going. What was Villa's last performance?
Villa's last performance was against Portman, and they got 1-1.
That's a tough one. This is a tough one, man. I'm gonna go draw.
I'm going draw too, and I think this one's gonna be a great game to watch. United versus Chelsea.
I do remember the commentator speaking about this. I gotta go Chelsea. Actually, but again, that goes back to the
I
cycle.
want to see how they
United.
respond.
That goes back to the United cycle, right? They fire the coach and then they play good. It's like
I'm going United on this one.
I'm going Chelsea. I'm going Chelsea.
I think Chelsea's base bet, but I'm gonna go Flair and go United. And then the last game,
Flip.
yeah, last game we're gonna do Nuno Espírito Santo and Fulham versus Brentford. You can't bet against Nuno. I'm going Nuno.
And get that shit out my face. Tie.
Ty is gonna dominate.
Tie.